With yesterday's reveal of the brand new Marathi Model 1894 coming to the Hunter Call the Wild, we are doing, I think, the only appropriate thing, and going for a lever action hunt. So we've got the 4570, we've got the 3030, and because the new Model 1894 is chambered in 44, we have the 44 revolver, just to kind of add to that. And recently on stream we talked about hunting Parque Fernando, so I thought, why not bring these weapons here? It's actually a good map to hunt with this particular loadout, and we'll see what we can find. And of course, when we're on Parque Fernando, we have to go for water buffalo, especially when we've got a slightly underpowered class 9 weapon. So we're gonna try to alert these guys. There's a slightly better one in the back there, who's definitely not making life any easier. That's him. I think we may end up instead with a charging one, so we'll see what we can do. 4570 on the run as it charges us. We can do a heart shot apparently, and into drop that. Not a bad start to this. So as we kind of move around here, because I think all the other water buffalo actually fled, straight through the heart, not bad. I did quickly want to talk about the cosmetics packs that are coming with this update in October as well. So essentially there are 3 map cosmetics packs. They are for Medved Taiga, Barhanga Savannah, and Parque Fernando. There's a little kind of compilation of all the cosmetics on screen here, and you can buy those as a bundle, all 3 map packs, or separately. I really like some of the photorealistic stuff there. More options are always good, and so far when they've come out with cosmetics packs, there's always options that we end up kind of incorporating into our main loadouts, like what we have here in the beechwood and the walnut wood on our 2 rifles. Ooh. Pretty big mythical down there, and maybe even a bigger mythical there. Roughly the same estimate, but we'll try to get one of those as well with the 4570, and I definitely want to maybe get after like javelina and stuff. They were added to this map a while back, and we've maybe hunted them like twice. So he was getting ready to flee. I think we got him in the heart. This happens every time we carry the 4570. There's some kind of just bizarre, I don't know, happening where we just get really good at taking slightly longer shots with it, and that's kind of why I'm excited for the Model 1894. It's going to be a lever action rifle. There's new tritium sights with it. I don't know for sure if it's going to be able to use the helioscope. I hope it can, but I think, you know, just the fact that it's going to be another lever action and one of those guns where hopefully it's very intuitive as to where to aim could be a lot of fun. This is probably the best like water buffalo server I've seen in a long time. There's a ton at this lake. 149 for that guy. And there was another aggressive one, by the way, that was indeed a heart shot. See if we can go 3 for 3. And my guess is when the pressure's on to actually make a heart shot, we'll probably end up falling short. So let's see. That was a little bit too close, but looks like we got some vitals in there, so it's gonna bring him down. 3 water buffalo in the first couple of minutes. And that definitely opens up things to go after javelina, black buck, axis deer, all that stuff. So this is going to be a silver because we shot it 3 times, all through the left lung. Pretty decent. And check that out. That is a piebald axis deer. I want to say it's the first time we've had a rare axis deer male of any kind since Emerald Coast came out. We got a female, and I think we actually will go with the 30-30. I was thinking the 44, but we should try to focus on the lever action. So either if we can get him to turn back our way. Oh, he's actually resting right there. Okay. I don't hate the idea of trying to get closer for a screenshot because they do look really good. And then maybe, this could be a bad idea, but maybe we even go open sights on this? So it turns out, it's kind of hard to get pictures from something that just gets up and walks away. I'm not really sure if it was just because the zone was about to end. The time hasn't gotten there yet, but seems like he just sort of got out of there. So if we can, we're going to try to alert him and get a shot from a distance. Forget about the open sights idea. I just want to make sure we can actually get him down. And even despite the fact that we know where he is, he's still managing to evade a shot here. You know, it's always cool to see just the animations that these animals have. But this guy is right on top of us. Unfortunately, we couldn't get swapped to our other weapon in time. We ended up with the binoculars. So we're going to have to track him down again. Actually, what are the odds he does that little broadside thing there? Almost could have taken that. You know, the 44 is absurdly powerful. I'm not sure it's powerful enough. However, just when he slowed down there. I wonder if that got along or not. It's got to be close. Oh, there was a perfect spot there, but we hit a tree. I hope that got into a lung or maybe the liver. Just thinking from the experience of hunting bobcats, we know the 44 is a potent round, and in actually sneaking up on this guy, and that looks like we may have hit him in the intestines, which is unfortunate, but I got to thinking, the new 44, especially if it can have a scope, may actually become the best class 3 weapon in the game. I'm thinking of, you know, almost a better version of the Mosin, because of how potent a round the 44 is coming from the revolver, and in theory, we'll see, but in theory, ballistically, it should be even better out of a rifle, so I am actually really intrigued to see what that becomes, and had we maybe just, you know, gone for the shot to begin with, wouldn't have been as big a deal to get this guy, but at some stage, I don't want to track him for the rest of the hunt, so would have been a silver anyway, and we were just a touch too far back. If that shot was a tad bit higher, it catches the liver anyway. Again, the power of that 44 round. Pretty cool though. I like the looks of these guys, and hopefully getting the photo up close like that is going to, you know, be worth the intestine shot on that. But always cool to see the rares, especially when they get the kind of upgrades to their models. And hopefully we can continue on here, eventually find something that we don't spend a half hour tracking. Now we're kind of getting chased by a water buffalo back here, but we've got a pretty... What on earth is that thing doing? I've never seen that before. Alright, well, we have to see. Does the shot hit when it's mid-bounce and hit a lung, or not? I'm gonna go with not. That was the craziest thing I've ever witnessed. I've seen Call of the Wild animals do a lot of stuff. Never that. So not only did we manage to avoid a couple of charging water buffalo and potentially outrun them, they're still on their way over here, we also shot a gray mountain lion doing the wildest dance we've ever seen. So, oh, that's what it was. It was like caught between two animations, I think. Whether to be like on that prowl animation or potentially alert, because I think that's what happened. That's a big one. 38.6 is a mythical. Not bad. Double lunged it the second time. And the first time we were on target, but it kind of ducked the shot and it got caught in the shoulder blade. So, in the meantime, we may just continue to outrun those water buffaloes since they seem to be getting further and further behind us, and we'll see what else is out here that may or may not also be dancing. We must have just about spooked this guy. Got a couple of warning calls. I was actually looking over here at all these javelina, and there was one decent level 4. Not exactly sure where in there it was, but we definitely want to go and try to get that. But because they're that far away, we should be good to try to get the black buck with the 30-30. And although I don't necessarily regard the 30-30 as super accurate, at that range, a back the neck shot is definitely an option. So they heard that, but they're not going to spook from it. I think we just spotted that 4. He's up to 163, like it should be a good one. We might as well go and try to get that. And on our way, we'll swing through here and grab our black buck. He's the dark variation. Ended up right in the center of the neck. I didn't realize black buck had this. I think Gems buck maybe? Where the other one, it's just like where the brain starts in the harvest screen. For some reason, that like outline of it stays there. Pretty good deal though, and I think even though javelina are a class 4 animal, we'll probably go 30-30 again. So I think we'll go ahead and just try to alert them, because we've got the range for it. And again, just the idea of having the 44 with more range, kind of like what we're simulating here. I really can't wait for that gun to come out. And naturally, sort of like the Puma earlier, caught in that feeding animation, so it took a while for them to actually go alert. And we basically got to shoot in between the shoulder blade if we want a chance at getting along, just the way he stopped. And I don't think we actually got it. Let's go to the 45-70. That's going to stop him a little better than the 30-30 did. Maybe we should have just went with that in the first place. And we've ended up with a blood spatter about the size of the entire javelina. Oh, we hit him in the skull? Oh, we did. We just clipped the outer edge of it. I don't know that that would have punched through the shoulder anyway and gotten into a lung, because we still had to shoot kind of like along the side of the neck. Hard shot, though. On the second shot with the 45-70, we've had some interesting shooting going on today. not so good in some cases, and really pinpoint in some other cases. What are the odds? I can't tell. I think that's a piebald mule deer doe. It might be a dilute. But either way, given some vintage Parque Fernando vibes, out here with a couple of rares today. However, both piebald axis deer and dilute mule deer, if in fact that is what we're looking at, were at one time essentially just an uncommon. Now they're both legitimately rare, and we've encountered both of them in the matter of about an hour. It is in fact a dilute, so pretty cool. I think all the bucks around here are pretty subpar, so kind of glad there's something here. And I think we'll try to get into like maybe 200 meters and attempt a shot there with the 45-70. The only thing is, based on where that one doe is, we may need to scoot a little bit closer just to actually have a shot. Did I say 200 meters or 2 meters? Because we're a lot closer to 2. All these bucks are just completely unimpressive, but our mule deer doe naturally, right when we get here, kind of turns away. There's a little room there for a long shot if we can get it in there. Doing all kinds of turning around, but we'll just take that, and we'll kind of maybe back up here and wait, because the last thing we need is to get run over by like 4 of these things and end up having to spawn back here and hope that nothing weird happens, crashing, desyncing, any of that. So, our second rare of the hunt here on Parque Fernando is a dilute mule deer doe. Double lung almost caught the back of the heart there. Definitely would have taken that, but always good to find rares, whether they're males or females, and always good to make the shot the first time, unlike on the axis deer. Pretty darn cool. So it's getting late in the server. I think it's maybe past 1700 by now. 1730, in fact. We'll keep on hunting around. Mule deer, I think, should drink for a bit longer. And honestly, I'm not even sure where else we can maybe check. Down south here, we had a max weight mule deer track not long before encountering that piebald axis deer. Maybe they drink in this area? I would say we actually found that one or that one. And he goes up to 317. That one's up to 300. I want to say the bottom one there's got to be a better rack. I almost think it's the same rack though. They're weird estimates. We're going to have to scoot a little bit closer. As much as we've done quite well with the 45-70, a 300 meter shot on a frontal angle probably doesn't give us the best odds of getting these guys down quickly. I believe that's the exact same frame. I would be interested to know which is going to have the better score though. So if we can, we'll try to get both. What I think we want to do is actually take the shot whenever one of them is drinking. So we'll just kind of wait. There we go. Get that guy first. Plenty of time to get the second shot. And here we go again with heart shots by accident with this thing. Didn't even have any interest in trying to make a heart shot. Just wanted them both down. Dropped immediately. Just intuitive with this thing. It's like no matter what happens, we're always going to have a couple shots just find the mark, whether we try to do it or not. Right in the bottom of the heart. 257 for that one. And he was the one with the 317 estimate, I think. I just realized we kind of just decided to shoot one of them first, and I didn't pay perfect attention to which was which. So, we'll see. But 257 versus this guy, who scores 259. Same frame. Interesting how all score estimates are calculated. Almost hard shot that one too. I think. Yeah, we had to be just a touch further left. If we took that shot though, when he was standing up straight instead of still kind of hunched over from drinking, that hitbox moves a little bit when he stands up straight, and I think that ends up being a hard shot as well. Anyway, we're going to keep on scooting through here. I did not even realize that message was from me earlier about sorry if I'm spooking stuff, so maybe we will go a different direction. This is a good spot up here, which for whatever reason we can't place a waypoint at, but I don't know that we get there before their drink time ends. We'll try. Ooh, boy, did we get lucky. Got a level 5 out there. That's the big rack. He's literally just leaving. But this is not the spot we were going to. Man, we gotta get... We don't have a 22, so we can't even alert him, but I wouldn't want to take a 300 meter shot with the 45-70 anyway. So basically, because there were no mule deer at this spot, I decided to fast travel up here, and frankly, I wasn't even looking for mule deer. I was gonna run through up here, see if we could find red deer, axis deer, whatever may be around. And instead, we just had a glimpse of a giant buck. So let's mark that so you know where we're headed. I really hope we can just get in and not spook them, but we could very well be in for a long track just trying to get caught up to wherever they're now heading. Actually, we might be in business. I can't say for certain that's the same herd of mule deer, but that is where they were headed. I'm just gonna mark that location now. Hopefully he's just resting right in there. This could work out. Okay, I think we must have alerted a mule deer, because they're kind of up and moving around. And their zone obviously just started, so the question is, where is the level 5, and actually, is he even in this herd? It's so tough to see. We're almost better off without the light. Ah, one spooked already. That's not our guy. I mean, the thing is, he could still be in here. It's so tough to tell. It's just so dark, and they were down over this hill perfectly. That's him right there. He's 70 meters out. If we can just alert him for a second. Kind of facing us. That's going to drop him with the 45-70. I honestly had intentions of maybe trying 30-30. That got a little too chaotic, and frankly, I don't know where he came from. But that is going to get him down. I couldn't tell if that's the old common or the gray variant. And actually, I don't even know what the old common is called now. This would be gray, though, I think. Gray indeed, a 334. Hard shot with the 45-70, as we've been doing today, though this one was a little bit easier. We don't have to rush as much to tax him, because at some point today, we actually got hosted this server. But like I mentioned earlier with a couple of rares, like a vintage Parque Fernando hunt, 2 rares and a diamond mule deer. Pretty darn cool, just on a little lever action hunt in preparation of the 44. So I think we'll jump back to the trophy lodge with our diamond mule deer and take a look at that. And actually, I just realized this is going to work out really well. In a recent hunting and fishing combined video, we shot this 241 albino mule deer, and in that I mentioned that it's probably about time to start taking down a couple of our old diamond feral goats. If for no other reason, we've got a bunch of them displayed, and I do think the mule deer, especially like this diamond rack and that rack on the albino, look quite good. So the one thing is, we've got such giants here between our fallow and our mule deer that the antlers were kind of clipping. Might need to change this up. I mean, we can do that for now, but pretty darn nice. I definitely think that is a considerable upgrade to diamond feral goats versus a 334 diamond and 241 albino mule deer on opposite sides there. And man, as nice that albino is, like, it is a good looking mule deer. We've just stand here with the camera and zoom in. Like, that's a nice one. The amount bigger that this guy is absolutely notable. What a fun hunt on Parque Fernando. I cannot wait for that 1894 44 lever action rifle. I think that's going to be a really cool addition to the game, and we'll see where the electronic collar and recurve bow get us as well when that update comes out next month. But anyway, on that note, that's going to do it for this video. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.